So,
oh my gosh,
We're live, yeah?
yeah. Want to just introduce?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what are we doing? This is about Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma. So, yeah, what's up, people? I'm Snips. Jump off.
Hey.
Yeah, we're doing a debate on Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma. I don't exactly know what we're trying to get out of the debate, but I think it's more understanding how good a diss track this is, where it ranks in hip-hop diss tracks, why it happened, how it came about, what the responses are to it. Yeah, so I think
first of all,
strong opinions on it.
everyone's heard the fucking track, right?
Yeah.
I think first of all, we should go around and just get everyone's summary of how they felt about the track, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Snips, you can start if you
Oh,
want.
Well-
and also, if your views, like, give us questions and
Yeah.
stuff, like, what
Ask
you
us
think of the
questions.
track.
Want to know what you think?
Film.
Um,
Yeah. Stand up. I'm just going to get the link and forward it.
No worries.
okay, so
I'll do it.
And read any comments that pop up.
Okay. Oh, we've got 8 people watching. 8 people.
my stance is I think it was a good diss track. I think the I think the content was better than the delivery. Content was definitely better than the delivery. I felt like Remy sounded like she was reading off cards. It was like a verse she'd just written, hadn't practiced, and was kind of like doing it in one take. So I don't think the delivery was great. I also think when it comes to diss tracks, if you're ranking it as a track, like not just like if you think about great diss tracks like Ether or The Bridge Is Over or 10% Diss or whatever, you're not just ranking them as what the content is, you're ranking them as being a great track. That track wasn't a great track, it's over somebody else's beat. And it's essentially, it wasn't delivered in the best way. So I think that kind of voids it from being put in a conversation with things like Hit 'Em Up or Ether or Takeover or whatever. I think calling it the greatest diss track ever, which is what people are doing, is a huge stretch. I personally don't even think it's the greatest female diss record ever, let alone the greatest hip hop record diss ever. I would, like records like Ether and Takeover and The Bridge Is Over,
Summary.
Yeah. Oh shit, yes.
Okay, next person.
You know what?
Are we moving on?
Move on.
Yeah, we're moving on. Right.
No, but what Smith was saying about, like, the fact that it's the Ether beat, you're coming strong, first of all. Like, people are going to talk about that because, yeah, it's Nas, you can't really compete with that. It's also interesting because she said something about Jay-Z. Funnily enough, because I like the patterns and shit, but basically, that same track, I swear it was the Jay-Z.
It was about
diss
Jay-Z.
track. So
Yeah, it was
it's
about
funny
him.
because she's also talking about, like, you want to be Jay-Z, so you're not a boss, you're something else. I can't remember the lyrics, sorry, forgive me. So shit like that, next, and I'll come back to you.
I think that her calling it shETHER is just a nice little homage to probably, in my opinion, one of the greatest diss tracks ever, if not the greatest. So to say it's one of the best, whoever was saying it's the best ever, just sit down and just shut up. But it's a good diss song. It is. She does sound like she's saying it off cards though. It's not the greatest delivery, but Nicki just got bodied.
She wrote it,
let's be honest.
I'm literally deriding the whole conversation here, but I find it really hard to hear, and you're gonna all hate me, like literally feminist agenda, but I find it really hard to hear two women, the kind of this rhetoric that's going on there, like you sucked his dick. Are we allowed to say shit like that? Yeah. I was like, it's live on Channel 4. It's not swear. You know, like hearing that it's like using sexuality, using kind of shame. It's like slut shaming, and so I know that we're supposed to be talking about like, is it the best?
No, but it's
I know, but for me, listen, I'm still a hip hop fan. Like, you know, it doesn't. You can't. But I'm also someone who can't just negate.
It's a nice angle.
Yeah. So there. Boom.
I mean, overall, for me, it's a solid enough diss track that warrants Nicki Minaj to have to reply. That's what it is for me. Because in actuality, it's that when you're talking about status in the world sphere, Nicki Minaj just doesn't have to pay Remy Ma any sort of attention because she's a fucking superstar. Remy Ma. But wait, hold on.
No.
So in the name of artistry and bars, this is where you have to judge it on. You can't, because if you're judging it on a sphere, on a global sphere, then obviously you're going to get a bunch of Barbies fucking chiming in. This is not what conversation we're trying to have. We're trying to have a conversation about whether or not that was a good enough diss track in the name of hip hop. So I'm saying overall it was decent. As Snip said, delivery wasn't all that, the flow wasn't all that either. But for me, it's like it's the perfect round one diss track. Put it that way.
I get a comment there.
Oh, there's a comment. Snip, sit on my face, please.
No, it's not.
Alright, cool. I'm Instagramming living
Is
this.
it from a guy or a girl?
Nick, N-I-C. But you...
I'm just trying to think.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Surely it should be I want to sit on your, not you sit
Wait,
on
not your
That's
time.
weird.
Don't disrespect too much.
So I thought that this track was fun. It was exciting. You know, hip hop has bored me for a long time, and every now and then an exciting rap battle will come about, and that was exciting for me. She had some really great punchlines in there, some really great metaphors. The thing that I do not like seeing is everyone saying Nicki Minaj doesn't have to respond because she's made money. Why does money equal anything to do with your ability? Whether you've made an album or not, whether you've been relevant for 10 years, this does not negate your ability. So regardless of the money that she's made, can we stop saying that she's got too much money to you know, Remy Ma has been in this game for a long ass time. She's paid her dues. Like, they are definitely, in my imagination, Nicki Minaj is not on any pedestal above her. So yeah, man, stop that argument.
Well, I thought it was really good. Obviously, again, because like she's using another song, like the Nas song, so I'm a bit like, oh. But she's definitely done a research, like the bar she's saying and what she's saying. Like she knows what she's on about and she's delivering it and she's saying it good. Again, about Nicki Minaj, is Nicki Minaj ever going to reply? She's putting on Instagram photos of her and Beyonce, and like Beyonce being like, oh, Nicki Minaj is the best rapper. And I'm like, she's actually got to give it back. But I'm like, I feel like Nicki Minaj, will she even respond? I don't feel
We
like
got a comment, people saying, what do you think of the actual content, e.g. about she fucked Ebro?
Who cares?
Who cares if she's on
And also, can I just say one thing? And I know
I can't even comment on
I'm
it
gonna
because
get
I just
the
find,
beef.
like, I know, okay, listen, I know that this is not the sort of conversation, this is a hip hop show, but it's really hard to get past that because I don't take that as like, oh, like it's like
grown-up.
She wants something.
We can have sex.
And like, good for you. And if anything, it's like, like,
No problem, Nicki can fuck whoever she wants. I don't have an issue with who Nicki fucks. I have an issue with the fact that you're a hip hop artist and you're about bars, and Nicki can bar. So show it. Like, I don't care who you fuck. But also, and I know the Beehive are gonna hate me for this, who gives a fuck what Beyonce's opinion on hip hop is? I do not give a fuck what Beyonce thinks. Why is that even in the conversation?
Nicki Minaj's reply.
No, I know why.
Nicki Minaj's reply is like, she's like, oh, but look what Beyonce
thinks I'm the
Beyonce
greatest
thinks I'm the best
rapper.
rapper.
Who gives a fuck?
Nicki Minaj didn't reply. She just put photos and like memes of Beyonce talking about it, saying she's
Gives a
amazing.
shit.
I know.
Beyonce is no authority on rap, never has been, never will be. We don't give a shit. Like,
I love you though, still. Just so you know, in case you're watching.
There's a lot of Nicki bashing going on here, yeah. One thing I will say is that, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but Remy was saying stuff about, she was also almost insinuating that she had more money. Towards the end of it, she was also almost saying that your money's got to go through 5 people before it gets to me. Let's not get it twisted now. Nicki has way more money than Remy Ma. Like, I think that bit was a little bit like...
No, but she's not saying she has more money. She's just illuminating how the game works.
Yeah.
She's letting us know that not every victory is a win like that.
I think that was her. I think she was preempting. I think what she was saying, I I know what Nicki's response is immediately just going to be, I got more money than you. So I think that was a preemptive reaction.
I need to address this issue about people saying that just because Nicki Minaj has got more money than Remy Ma doesn't have to respond. Look, I'm not saying just because you have a lot more money than someone else, that means they're not worthy of your time in terms of a rap battle. But I am saying this, when you're on top of the fucking game, and Nicki Minaj, in my opinion, is probably the best commercial female rapper in the game right now. Cool.
That's commercial, that's the thing.
When you're on top of the game, you're gonna have every Tom, Dick, and Harry trying to fucking pull you down. Cool. You can't respond to every fucking body.
Look who Jay responded to. Jay responded to everybody, bro. Jay responded to members of Parliament. Jay responded to fucking Jay responded to everybody. Jay responded to AZ.
What era are we talking in though?
Huh? Fuck the era. This is hip hop music.
Are you trying So you're trying to tell me Jay-Z's going to respond to a local rapper right now just because someone called him out? Is that what you're trying to say?
Remy Ma's not a local rapper.
Remy
Ma has the biggest song record in New York right now. All the way up with Fat Joe is the biggest like that.
We keep forgetting. Why the fuck did she actually write the diss record in the first place? Why?
Nicki Minaj was on Gucci Mane's new track. What's it called?
Making Love.
Making Love. Okay, cool. And she and her verse in that apparently was aimed at Remy Ma. You see what I'm saying? And you only had one platinum single, but then you ain't got shit of it. So that is a track that you could say was a bit of an end.
But at the same time, wasn't she?
You said Remy. Like Remy went on the Breakfast Club, and she was basically like, it wasn't about you. If it was about you, I'd direct it to you. So I feel like then Nicki went and did like Making Love, and she completely just like brought on this whole battle for herself. Because again, maybe she did say something to her, but then again Remy was like, if it was, I'd call you out, and then she did. She called her out. Like she did what she said she was gonna do. So I respect her.
I'm still of the notion that I'm sorry. I think Nicki, in my opinion, has to respond to Remy. I think this is great for hip hop, and we want to see that fucking battle. I want to, because this is my thing as well. People were acting like Nicki Minaj can't fucking spit. So I'm saying to you, that was a good diss, Remy. I'll give you that. It was decent stuff, but let's.
Nicki can bar.
Nicki's a barsman. Let's not get that twisted.
I actually think it's a potentially
one of the greatest verses. There is
100%.
The old school Nicki, the piggy bank.
I feel there's literally two separate conversations to be had because there's Nicki Minaj in the hip hop bar, there's Nicki Minaj with teen girls,
those fans don't have a voice in this conversation.
No, not at all.
They
Of course it does.
People are saying Nicki never responded to Kim's words about her, so she won't respond to her.
No, but here's the difference. Kim ain't a borrower. I don't care what anyone says. I know it's the cool thing to say.
That's for sure.
No, but also, I know it's the cool thing to say, like, rappers so much better back in the day with Little Kim and Foxy. Listen, I was there at that time. Little Kim and Foxy never wrote their own lyrics. Little Kim's not a borrower. Yeah. Remmy's a borrower.
On top of that,
Nicki's a borrower.
So the thing is, on top of that, that whole Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj thing was that seemed a bit salty on Lil Kim's side. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost kind of like, don't pay attention to this shit.
And she actually,
this Remy Ma scenario is a whole different movie.
Roman's Revenge was a shot at Lil Kim.
Okay, has anyone? Lil Kim. But has anyone seen her recently?
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, she doesn't have respect for herself, so why should I even lower myself to come at you? You know what I'm saying?
People are saying that young MA might jump in.
No, do you know who's going to jump in? Drake's going to come to Nicki's rescue and throw a shot, and then Pac is going to come out and Pac is going to end Drake.
Drake ain't come out. No one's jumping in. Everyone needs to leave this alone. Let it just be Nicki and fucking Remy. Just let it be.
Can I say one other thing, man? This is the thing that's killing me is the Twitter sphere and the opinions and stuff. Yeah, and I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but
it's not like
understand what your opinion means and how relevant your opinion is, because I see people tweet, if you don't know what the fuck you're talking like this, this is the greatest diss track ever, but if this was grind music, yeah, and what's a big grind clash? I don't listen to grind. What's a big Wiley Kane. Cool, right. So if you're talking about a grind clash, but then you said, I've never seen, if something happened to one, I said, that's the best grind clash ever, and you said to me, what do you think of Wiley and Kane? And I said, I've never seen it. Yeah. My opinion, to all grind fans, will be void, and rightly so. So if you've never listened to 10% Diss, or you've never listened to Aoife, or you've never listened to The Bridge Is Over, your opinion on diss tracks means nothing.
The thing is, the problem is that people who listen to Future's album once are like, yeah, hip hop head, that's not. This is the thing. You've got to Also, let's be real. The people who obviously, I'm vocal as fuck on Twitter, so this includes me. If you are the people who force their opinions out there, are normally people. But you're normally coming off the back.
Don't go on easy on him, man. Lay on him.
No, we love it. But it's just like, how many? It's an age. There isn't that many. Age it's a generation thing. If you think about it, how many people, how many millennials really have? Because for me, being a hip hop fan is actually not just being as if mastermind subject. I'm saying, but understanding the history and spending the time getting to know it, because that is a huge. You could spend a how many of these people are even sort of capable of making a, like you were saying, if you were talking about like who is capable of making that decision, would you say it's someone who's not ever listened to?
Basically, the bottom line is,
Like,
if you have no understanding of battle rap culture, then your opinion in this discussion is basically kind of.
I'm not saying you can't listen or you can't enjoy it, but just understand the weight of your opinion.
But you
Yeah.
Exactly. Bro, I can have an opinion on medicine. It doesn't mean I'm qualified to fucking do heart surgery. You know, like
I'll tell you one thing, right? What this has done, which I think is good, is it's eliminated the sort of popularity contest. People aren't talking about as much as they were with Drake and Meek about Drake's more popular, so he's better. Yeah, then people have literally said Nicki got bodied. This is from a lot, even from Nicki Minaj fans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's sort of what this has done is it's eliminated the popularity contest. Now it's about now it's about how Nicki comes back. If she comes back on point,
strong,
then boy, we'll
But
see.
you know what kills me about that? You know what kills me about that? Because I've seen that, I've seen that on Twitter. I've seen everybody talking about, this is about real lyrics, blah, blah, blah. And couple that with the Just Blaze and Swiss Beats rap about the producer battle. And people are kind of like, we're bringing real hip hop back. Shut the fuck up. You lot were listening to Little Yachty last week, Your opinion is void. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care. It's about real lyrics. But last week you were telling me I'm an old man for caring about real lyrics because I don't understand it. Shut the fuck up.
Possible to like Lil Uzi Vert and Lil Yachty.
It's not.
Wait, hold on.
It's not.
It's possible. It definitely fucking is. It definitely fucking is. It definitely fucking is. It's possible to like Lil Uzi Vert and still possible to know your battle rap history and be able to fucking chime in this conversation.
No, you know what? That's
you
cool.
might be a fucking
If you were telling someone
minority.
last week, if you were telling someone lyrics don't mean shit, bro, then I don't want to hear your opinion on lyrics now.
The thing is, with respectability, it's kind of like how much do you pull it apart? Like, I could say, were you there in New York in the Harlem in 1990? Like, it's like, at what point do we draw a line? It's like, I mean, like, no, I wasn't. I absolutely wasn't. And no, I haven't ciphered and, whatever it may be. Like, it's hard, it's so difficult. Like,
I'll tell you where we draw the line.
Snobs as well.
I'll tell you where we draw the line. You just called me a snob.
I know. I winked at you and said snobs.
I'll tell you where we draw the line. We give hip hop culture the same respect that we give to other music genres. So like I said, in grime, that shit would not fly. Like all these grime artists talking about grime's being reappropriated, blah blah blah.
It's niche.
It would not fly in grime culture. It would not fly in reggae culture. If you tried to have a reggae conversation with someone and you said you didn't know who Dennis Brown was, it would not fly. In rock culture, if you said you didn't know who Led Zeppelin was, so all I'm saying is hip hop. Give it the same respect. If you don't actually know your ground, fucking seriously. The biggest rap battle ever was A Bridge Is Over, I know people say it's Nas and Jay-Z. No, historically, the biggest rap battle was KRS and MC Shan, The Bridge versus The Bridge Is Over. If you've never listened to those two records, why would you think your opinion on battle rap is or should be taken into consideration?
Because they're saying to you, because I agree with Snips, I think you do need to do your homework, especially if you love a genre. How can you not pay it any mind? Like, it's culture, this is the thing. But those people would say in response to Snips that, well, we don't need to know because that was old stuff and we're moving with the times and, like, we're talking about what's happened now. Snips, tell them why what happened then informs now. I think you need to know because you guys think that it's okay to just have a person.
Now it doesn't exist without that. Because what I always find funny as well is the fact that I don't need to know that. Do you think Remy Ma never listened to those records? Do you think Remy Ma weren't influenced by that? It's so funny because when I even see it with people in the UK, and I was literally having this conversation last night. I see it with people in the UK when I talk about how important Rodney P is, or like legendary hip hop. They're like, I don't give a shit about that, but I fucking Gigs. Go and ask Gigs if he cares about Rodney P, because Gigs will tell you Rodney P's a legend.
Remember, education.
Sorry. Our resident educator.
That's true. The thing is, if we're going to have a conversation about grime and hip-hop, and people don't, it depends on this new appropriation of grime fans, they don't care about
but they get slated by real grime fans.
Oh, they do?
Do they though? Because they're writing articles.
That's a different topic.
They're writing articles on grime. Let's be real. These people are not getting slated for their lack of knowledge in grime. They're writing articles on grime. They are authorities on grime. They are people who have never really sat within that culture, apart from a cursory glance from Middlesex. I think that's, I don't know, there's an issue with that to me.
One thing I will say, about that is because grime is still basically a niche genre, right? It's not nowhere. Well, you got to think about it like this. It's nowhere near the same level as US rap or anything.
Yeah.
Even UK rap to a certain
I'd say it's a
extent.
prominent UK genre, personally.
Yeah, same.
Maybe now, but what I'm saying is because there's still so many fans that were fans from the niche when it was, you know, they still have a really big voice in the grime community.
You can still count definitive grime albums on one hand.
Yes, of course you can.
You like any other established genre.
But it's literally young in terms of years. Like it's literally.
Even having said that, like it's still a niche genre in that.
It's been born this millennium.
And it's also not an album. It's not a genre that used to be all about albums. It was about mixtapes. It was about battles. It wasn't. I mean, like, and this is, you know, like.
Then you talk about the origins of grime and how jungle influenced.
And also you have to talk, and I'm sorry to bring this in because I fucking love talking about it, but like you have to talk about things like politics, you know, and like you have to talk about the fact that when Dizzy wrote Boy in a Corner, there was a certain climate in London. There was he was the East, there was gentrification, he was New Labour, like those things actually. When you look at his lyrics and you actually really deep, like why
But do you know
it's so
who was
brilliant.
talking about that at the same time? Skinny Man and Kalashnikov.
And I'm
who were putting out albums.
and Skinny
weren't
Man,
like, you know.
Council State of Mind is
Yeah.
one of the best UK
100%.
albums of all time.
Yeah, 100%.
And I completely agree with you there. Yet, do grime fans respect that?
Nope.
No.
But there's something wrong with our culture because we're very consumerist culture. So
And grime fans live in a bubble.
They
Grime fans live in a bubble. I literally watch my timeline.
Because they're also from hard.
No, but they do, but I watched my timeline last night at the Brits, or a couple of nights ago at the Brits, being like, I don't know who that is, I don't know who that is, I don't know who that is, I don't know who that is. Oh my god, Skepta and Stormzy were robbed. But you don't know who anybody else is who won.
But this is the thing, that's a certain type of grime fan. Whereas me as a grime fan, I was watching who everybody else was. And I would say that, you know, it depends on whether or not Stormzy and Skepta came with some shit that was actually deserving of an award.
Stormzy didn't even
We're going to do
have an
that.
album.
We're going to do the Grime Brits Awards. Anything else on Nicki? You're going to do that? Anything else on Nicki?
For Nicki to just come with her response and she, oh, you got some notes? What you got?
Nothing. Basically, should I just do the summary of this?
Do it, breathe.
So all in all, if you didn't know, Remy is married to Papoose, which I feel like has some influence on her lyrical ability as well.
No.
Are you equating a woman's success with her husband? Oh, wait a minute, let me.
Pre-Papoose, Remy was a beast.
I'm just saying, you know, if you have
They can bond together, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
There's no way Remy Ma laid down that verse without saying to Pap, what do you think about this? You know what I'm saying? There's no way that happened. He must have been like, alright Remy, maybe I'll fuck it with that, maybe change, come on. They're fucking both rappers that are married. They're having a discussion about bars.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So if you didn't know as well, Remy was also sentenced to 6 years for assault.
He rode for her. He rode for her.
He did. Which Nicki has no game, like in terms of like street game, she has no.
You ain't got none of that. You ain't got that.
What? She's got like not criminal like history.
Remy was
What? I mean,
Did you see the interview with Remy when she got cut? When they were asking her how she got cut, and they were like, "Was it a girl that did that?" She's like, "A girl." Are you crazy? What you think a girl? No. A man did this to you. No bitch would ever. Remy's the fucking beast.
Someone says Papoose makes dead tunes. Sorry.
Who said Papoose makes dead tunes?
Hold on.
Comment.
Alphabetical order.
Go away. Sit down. Sit down.
So the diss was, you said that obviously like Remy was showing shots or whatever. So Remy says the only shot she ever got was in her bum or in her buns. Which again, obviously this is a diss to Nicki in general, but you as a whole, the same thing with the Kim thing. What the fuck? You are a role model. And you're getting bum implants, which you should already have anyway.
yeah, but also, the thing is, this is.
I wouldn't say having bum implants takes away your credibility from being a role model. I wouldn't say that, just to be honest.
That's
No,
a slippery slope. I get what she's saying, but it's a slippery slope.
I kind of agree with her.
I get her.
These are the notes. These are according to the diss track, so don't shoot the messenger, please. Okay. Also, wait. Excuse me.
Something about not having sex for 3 months.
Oh yes. Okay, so she couldn't have sex for 3 months because her butt things burst.
Can we also mention as well that Meek Mill is going to take another L? Because when Nicki comes back with her diss track here, Meek Mill, I see one Twitter post where he's fucking listening to the track in the background. your motherfucking ass, motherfucker. She gonna say some shit where like,
That was a bitch move.
The last 11 seconds. Trust me.
you know what I'm saying?
That thing that you posted on Twitter as well, that was fucking horrible.
Nikki will outbar Meek as well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Let's go get it twisted.
My nan's
She's a
gonna outbar me.
fucking beast. Let's not forget that, man. Don't look.
I heard someone say
she's made some
sounds
trash.
like the guy who's shouting at you out the side of the passenger seat over the driver. He literally does. He sounds like that guy. Like he's
That's ordering McDonald's from the back seat of the driver.
Maybe was gonna catch another L, man. I feel sorry for that motherfucker.
good, man. He
Okay,
deserves
listen,
it.
listen.
After what he did with that homeless man, he deserves that, man. That was horrible. You see that?
What did he do?
No, like he made some homeless man like do press ups for money. Like, yeah, you're a piece of shit, Keek. Yeah.
yeah, he's a piece of shit.
All in all, Remy Ma did body. I think we can all agree on
We
that.
can all agree.
That was a good diss song.
We respect you, Remy.
Final point for the person who said they want me to sit on their face. How does that work? I don't understand how men sit on women. Like,
This was he wants contact details. He wants that's basically what he's asking.
I didn't know how that works.
Feminism is,
I've never been told that before.
the tables of time.
No, I've been told I want to sit on your face.
You know,
But not I want you to sit on my
You
face.
want
Like,
your
how does that
balls.
work?
Someone wants your balls in their mouth.
You know, touch the sound before.
Yeah. Of course,
It's teabagging.
you literally sit on their face with your arsenal, and then they would probably.
Sounds like
Can we see? Can we ask if they've got any questions? Can we just ask them if they've got any?
If you've got any questions that don't involve my face,
Tell Snips whenever I listen to
Please.
EPMD and the Tribe Called Quest, I think of him.
that's a blessing. Thank you. That's good.
That's a sneak diss, by the way. That's a sneak fucking diss.
Yeah, I know it is, but it's fine. You know who EPMD and Tribe Called Quest are.
Listen, whenever I listen to Trap Called Quest and EPMD, I think of Snips.
Oh, but that's a good thing.
No, but wait.
only in
This is the thing is.
That's the telling a reggae fan. Only time I ever listen to Dennis Brown, I think of you.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not fucking insult. You don't like it, yeah, do you know what I mean?
They want to know if anyone here is an artist.
Of sorts.
I've got bars. I don't want to talk about it too much.
Can we just say, if they ask another dead question, we just log this off.
Do you know what I
Because
mean?
that's like 3 shit questions in a row.
They ask you, what do you think of the bar by bar breakdown that Remy did?
Classic, legendary.
What did she do?
When she was given bars to break down.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, that was amazing. That was incredible.
Of Nicki's bars?
No, just random bars. And she
yes.
literally just reading it going, nah, 0, trash. Why are you so trash? This is trash.
Where was that?
Who the fuck wrote this? This is trash. No, 0. Like, it was so good. It was like, someone was like, it was like a Uzi Vert bar.
I love it.
There was
One of them was
Jay-Z,
like,
there was a Nas,
there was a little Kim bar as well. And you can see her smile. They're like, 2.5. She's like, yeah.
Snips, they want to know who your favourite Wu-Tang member is.
Ghostface.
Ghostface, obviously.
Ghostface. Of course.
Why Ghostface?
Because he's consistently made the best music. He's the only, him and Ray are the only Wu-Tang members I'll still check for their albums. And yeah, he's
They want to know what you think of Inspector Deck.
he had one verse, man. I know you lot are mocking me, go suck yourself.
Someone's trying hard,
Probably some 15-year-old kid in a Supreme top and paying like £900 for an
As there's no confessions on this, can we just get we'll go around and just get final thoughts on what's going to happen next? Is Nicki going to respond?
Go and listen to 10% This by MC Light. That's my final thought.
Maybe, possibly, she will, but she has to come strong, of course.
Nah. I don't think Nicki's gonna come with anything strong. Not as strong as Remy anyway.
No.
I don't think she's going to come back with anything.
Nah, she will come back.
No,
I think she will come back. She's gonna come back with
Remy's diss was layered, but it's by no means a perfect diss track. But what I'm saying is that for me, it's just the perfect setup for Nicki to respond, and let's have a fucking female bloodbath. I can't wait to see this shit. It's exciting.
You know what? I think I'm indifferent. I don't give a shit actually if Nicki responds, but if you do, I guess it'll be interesting to some degree. You know, yeah, do your thing.
I hope she does. I feel like Nicki should have just like left all her social media and just come back like with one big like diss, but I don't know, because it's just silly. Like the little things she's been posting on Instagram, I think she needs to leave it and just come back with some bars. But
Okay. Any thoughts on Safari?
Don't know who that is.
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
They're saying Nicki ain't been the same since Safari left.
Who the fuck is Safari and why do we know so much? Why do we intimate details.
Now the gossip, man.
What do you think of Nicki Minaj's tweets referencing Beyonce?
Okay, wait, can I just say as well?
Fuck Beyonce. No one cares what Beyonce thinks about hip hop.
What are the tweets? What are the tweets?
You can't diss Beyonce.
I can diss Beyonce.
We didn't mention the Trey Songz thing. Right, cool. Just quickly, yeah.
He called back, you know.
I know, but here's the thing. You're quick to jump on Twitter, yeah, but why are you not in the booth right now? And doing something that's actually gonna, because it looks kind of weak and it looks like you're kind of shook that you don't want to go back at Remy, but now you want to tweet at Trey Songz. Like, it's a bit like.
And why do you people not have each other's numbers, fam? Why do you not text? Why do you do all this stuff so publicly? No, fair enough. Fair enough. It's fine for our entertainment, but for your self-esteem, for your image, why don't you lot text each other, man? Like, some stuff is family business. Have some pride.
Fuck the decency. I want to see this shit. It's fun. It's entertaining. Like, because I'm sorry, man, but like rap gets a bit boring these days, man. So I
want to know about Ebro.
Oh, what about Ebro?
Who gives a fuck?
If she did actually fuck Ebro, that's a big L for her, you know that? It's Ebro we're talking about here.
No, you don't know what he's working
Ebro's
don't know how that goes down.
What's Ebro's personality like? Because I think Ebro's kind of handsome.
No, I'm sorry, man.
He's handsome, he's good looking. He's not bad.
I would kick him out of bed.
I would kick him out of bed.
You look a bit like Ebro, bro.
You look like him.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's not go there.
Snips, I want to know if Pharoah Monch should do a collaboration comeback with Little Yachty.
You got time, bro. I appreciate it though. I appreciate it. But if you know who Pharoah Monch is, you're way too informed to be making such silly comments. So, fuck off, innit?
Any more final questions? We're about to sign off. Any more comments? That someone laughed. Tarek, Amazon laughed at that.
Have you seen the comment and shit? Oh shit, don't look at me, motherfucker. How do I switch this shit?
I'm surprised no one said who's the jihadi.
Hit the what? Hit this guy. Ebro makes more money than that light-skinned nigga. What's he talking about?
He's talking about you, Sam.
I don't care.
He's talking about you, mate.
You get me? My beard's better.
Say my name.
Who gives a fuck? Why are you not always talking about money?
Nicki's home crime.
How much money do you know I've got? You don't know how much money I've got.
Talk to him,
I might be
sir.
a fucking millionaire. You know?
I'm gonna put out a strong guess that you probably have more money than the guy tweeting that.
Oh, 100%. Most def. It's the same Nick guy, so I gotta sit in his face as well.
Do you think she slept with Lil Wayne and... How do you turn the camera? Sorry. Someone just asked, do you think that Nicki Minaj slept with... Why do people give a fuck who people slept with? Yeah, that's my fucking thing. Why do motherfuckers give a fuck who people slept with? So I'm gonna ignore that question. Fuck you, motherfucker. Anyway, next. Who else? So that's some decent question. What's wrong with you YouTube motherfuckers? Motherfuckers said subscribe to my channel. Nard highlights. Go fuck yourself, please. Come on. Because the track was there, Kid Cudi was you dropping it. Oh, what the
What? Who's Kid Cudi here though? Oh, they're talking about
Yeah.
you. They think you're Kid Cudi.
They love you. I was gonna say, Kid Cudi's good.
These are not this.
How long is it? How long is
These
it?
are
What? I
none
don't know
of
what you're
these
saying.
I'll take that
Did you
still.
see the Remy Lady Luck battle?
I'm waiting for them to say Osama bin Laden, then I'll feel a bit offended.
Oh, so Laden's fun.
Who's trolling in that one?
Battle rap family.
Yeah, I know, but I just ain't seen that. That's it.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm gonna go back and watch that. I saw that.
Alright, we're gonna sign. Steve, can you just sign out?
Wait,
Ask people what they thought of the live format as well.
Yeah, basically, I mean, yeah. How do we feel about this live format? We fuck with it?
Comments on better questions.
This is the thing.
You get me? Like, it was alright.
Yeah, the live thing was alright. If we can get some half decent questions in, then yeah.
I feel like we should have filmed it too.
It's like more specific sexual advances as well. A little more specific.
More of the face stuff. More of the
Basically,
face.
if you want Snip to sit on his face, like leave your name, number, address, and
If you want-
maybe Snip will get back to you. That's what it is.
I will sit on anyone's face for money.
You know what? They're asking for thoughts on Stormzy's album. They've asked a few times.
Stormzy's album's
Decent.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah, solid.
I thought it was good.
I'll tell you what,
It's quite a hip hop album.
It's
as
not
well.
groundbreaking and it's not innovative for me, but in terms of a commercial solid album, sorry, yeah, I think it deserves, it deserves some sort of acclaim. But I will say this as well: whenever you talk about like Jesus too much, it's a bit off point for me, man. So that's just my fucking take. I can't do the Jesus shit, man. I'm just like, nah.
Stop calling Stormzy Graham, please? Because he doesn't subscribe to the
What does he
He
call
doesn't.
himself?
He doesn't.
Did you watch his NFT the other day?
He
What
doesn't.
does he call
He
himself?
said, this is, I'm going to quote exactly what he said. I'm not a grime artist, I'm an artist.
Ah, but this is the thing.
But wait.
Let's not say that.
Let's just get this clear, right? He said, I've never been to a set and sprayed on rinse. So does that make me a grime artist or not? Or I don't really care. That's basically what he was saying. In my opinion, as a grime fan, I wouldn't say Stormzy is grime. He's made some grime tracks, 100%.
They said
but
Kid
he's not a
Cudi
grime
stopped
artist.
talking and released the album.
But you know, the thing about Stormzy, yeah, Stormzy's stuck in a predicament, though, and I think this is the whole thing with the problem with the grime scene in general. Because the grime scene is trying to get respect from like Middle England and just like the whiteness in general and get respected at the Brits, there's this battle of like trying to get respect as an artist but also trying to get respect as a rap artist. So for Stormzy to try and get that respect as an artist amongst Adele's and that, he thinks he has to detach himself from the MC label.
I don't think
That's what
anything.
that's
I don't
that's
think
what
he thinks
was
anything.
directly going against what he's saying.
Yeah.
But basically, what he's saying is that grime artists should be put in the same category as Adele and as these Chance the Rappers and all these.
But that's why he's calling himself an artist, because come on, let's not be fucking stupid about
But
this. He's
yeah.
a fucking rapper. Cool. He's a rapper, but he's also an artist. He just happens to be an artist that mainly raps. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
But he's trying his hardest to disassociate
I don't think
himself
he's doing-
from the
But
bracket
he's
of
not.
being a
I think
rapper.
he's literally doing
Can I just try and understand this as well? Because grime artists say stuff like this, like they need to be in the same category as Adele, yeah? Which I think is a valid thing to say. But yet, it's also a culture that's constantly being pissed off at the commercialization of it and the reappropriation of it. So it's like you can't have it both ways. Either you want to be an insular culture that doesn't actually get affected by mainstream platforms, or you want to be part of the mainstream platform. You can't beg that you need to be recognised at the Brits, but then get angry when H&M does a grime shirt. Because you don't get one or the other. You see what I'm saying?
The thing is also, like, you can't have, like, Adele sings about heartbreak. Everyone's had their fucking heart broken. Like, everyone can sing, hello. Like, we've all been there. Thanks. I'm practicing it. But not everyone is on road. Like, do you know, and no, it's not the same thing.
Yeah, but in the defense of rap music, it's not necessarily.
You didn't defend it,
no,
what's the mistake?
what I'm saying, in the defense of rap music, look, you don't have to. It's about the story you tell that's relatable to everyone else. You know what I'm saying to you? So it can be a story from the hood that you might not be from the hood, but if you tell it in a way where it's kind of commercially viable, then it can touch certain hearts.
Oh,
so just because you might
I've
not
never
be
been
on the
on-
road doesn't mean you can't comprehend a grime track. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you totally, but my mum has no idea about. She wouldn't even be able to link, but she fucking loves Adele.
But that's the thing. This is again talking about
My nan loves
what's
it.
considered black culture as youth culture.
Do you think
Because
grime
I
is an
say-
offshoot of hip hop or a
I can
separate
promise
genre?
you, I would imagine a 60-year-old black woman probably wouldn't be able to really understand Stormzy either.
Yeah.
You know, but whereas
They don't-
anybody of any age
It's
can.
not about understanding though, it's about listening to the
No,
album.
but we've been able
It's
to
listening
relate
the
to
music. But it's not even necessarily relating though. It's just-
Yeah, there's different.
People think you have to relate to the music to be able to understand it and listen to it and like
No,
it.
but
It's not
when I say
necessarily the case.
relate, I mean enjoy, like have a connection. I don't mean you have to relate to the subject matter. I mean to be able to actually enjoy it and have a connection with the music.
Or even understand. Like, they don't know the words. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's not just like Adele's. It's not culture. Her music. It's not. There's no attachments to it. It's literally. Love. songs. She's wicked, by the way. I'm just saying that, like, it's very different. It's very, very different, and I don't even know if it can be compared, like, or even at least put itself on that platform. And I'm someone who listens to grime and doesn't listen to Adele, so that's not a diss.
I'm someone that listens to Adele and doesn't listen to grime.
Yeah. Are you? Yeah.
All I was saying is that Stormzy's not a grime MC. Like, I followed him from when he was about 60. My brother went to the same school as him in Croydon, so my brother showed him.
Shout out Croydon.
But
Shout out, that's where I'm from.
come on. So my brother showed me him when he was, when he was really young. So I've known what his style has been from his come up when he was doing bloodline shit and he was doing all his gang shit. I know his style and he was never a grime MC. So people are putting him in that category to make grime sort of they're misrepresenting grime because that's not
But
grime.
it is grime now.
It's not.
Is there now
Now-
going to be
now
a
people think
different?
Nobody knows what grime is now.
I don't
You're a grime fan, he should be able to fight. He just grime to you.
For the most part, no one knows what grime is. I've heard people call pigs grime.
I only listen to old